Massive welcome to the call. Thank you very much for taking a little bit of time out of your Sunday evening to get on this. This is literally just an opportunity for us to share a little bit of information about the product that we love, take and feel the benefits from, and then a little bit about the business opportunity as well for those of you who are interested in finding out a bit more. My name is Emma Snedden. My job for the night is to just explain to you why this business makes sense and why the product makes sense. And to do that, what I'm going to do is take you through a little bit about my story, how I came across the product, why I got involved in the business, and then we're going to hear from 4 girls tonight who, one of whom is launching her business tonight, and another 3 girls who are going to share their product stories for you, so you can hear a little bit, instead of it just being me talking all the time. It breaks up the fact that it's only me chatting, and also I think the beauty of what we do is actually in the stories. It's in hearing from other people, hearing other people's experiences, and then something along all of that will hopefully resonate with some of you. So, as I said, my name is Emma Snedden. I'm 40 years old. I was 40 last week. And the top and bottom of the product for me is I feel better having turned 40 than I did when I turned 30. And the reason for that is twofold. One is the products and the other one is the business opportunity. So I can say hand on heart that the products and this business have completely changed my life and the life of all the people in my family and the people around us. And so 4 years ago, exactly 4 years ago actually, around about now, October, November time, I stumbled across a product called Juice Plus. I was a very busy working mum. I've got 2 children at home and an older girl who's literally just started university. At the time, my children the younger ones were 3 and 6. And I had a really busy corporate job, so I used to work very, very long hours, 12, 14, 16 hours a day sometimes. I was very tired, had no energy, really run down, and very much on that kind of corporate treadmill of life, or that a lot of mums and dads are on, where you just don't look after your health that well because it becomes sort of a pretty low on the list of priorities. We know what we should eat, we know what we should have, and we know what we should fuel our bodies with, but we generally don't do that correctly. And I was definitely one of those people. I didn't eat breakfast very often. I was on the road a lot, so I didn't want to make poor food choices, so sometimes didn't eat lunch either. I ate fruit and vegetables, but probably the same 5 or 6 every day. So some of this might sound familiar to some of you guys. My personal trainer at the time introduced me to a product called Juice Plus. So what I want to do is tell you a little bit about the product, tell you what it did for me, and then and why, in my opinion, I take the product and I feel amazing, and I know that if you take the product, you'll feel amazing too. And I have been telling people that pretty much all the time for the last 3 or 4 years. So this is Juice Plus. This is what it looks like in the. Oops, hold on a minute. There, Juice Plus. Okay, it's fruit, veg, and berries in a capsule format. That is the heartblood of the products that we take. This is what the capsules look like. You see that there? That's a fruit capsule, right? Now, the reason why this product, in my opinion, is so amazing is this. Most people don't eat enough fruit and vegetables, right? We all know what we should eat. We all know we should have 5 to 7 portions of fruit and vegetables every single day. That's the government recommendations. And actually, if you really do the research, it's a lot more than that you really need for your body to function as it should. You think of your body as a very expensive, we've just been watching the Formula 1 racing, right? They would not put the wrong fuel into one of those multi-million-pound cars, and yet we have a multi-million-dollar body that we don't fuel properly for performance. We give it rubbish to eat, we don't let it rest, and then we expect it to perform at its optimum. And actually what happens is, even though we know what we should eat and we know what we need to function properly, we don't get enough fruit and veg, and we certainly don't get the variety that we actually need, because fruit and veg is like it's an orchestra effect. It's everything working together that helps your body to perform at its optimum. So this product has 30 different fruit, veg and berries. 30 different fruit, veg and berries in an easy to consume, affordable format. So this is not about replacing fruit and veg in your diet. It's absolutely not that. We don't say take this and you don't need to eat fruit and veg. Actually, you'll find the opposite effect. What we do is we bridge the gap. The product bridges the gap between what you eat and what you should eat, right? We all know what we should eat, but we don't eat enough of it. And actually, in reality, the food that we do get has been grown using pesticides more often than not. It's very heavily over-processed. Often has travelled many, many air miles before we get to the shelves where we can buy it. And then it really does that we need to be able to one apple now has a significantly less nutrition in it than an apple would have done 20 or 30 years ago. And if you think about the vegetables that we do have, sorry, I'm just going to mute whoever that is. The vegetables, for example, that we do have, we also, what's left nutritionally in those, we tend to cook out of them. We boil them, we steam them, we literally cook them within an inch of their lives. They have no nutritional value left whatsoever. So for me, this product is so much better than just having, you know, the fruit, veg, and berries that we get from the supermarket. And the reason for that is how the product is made. So the company has either its own farms or registered farms that we get the fruit from. It's picked when it's ripe, so it's allowed to grow in its own environment where it should grow. If you look at a banana, for example, in a supermarket, they're quite often green. You know, they're not ripe yet, they're not ready to be eaten. Excuse me, I think I've swallowed a fly. Don't do that. And all it is picked when it's ripe, it's dried out, the water is taken out, and then it's encapsulated in a little format like that. You take 2 fruit, 2 veg, 2 berries every single morning with a pint of water. It's non-GMO. Everything that the Juice Plus company provides as a product is healthy, and it's got no nasties, no rubbish in it, and it's really, really good for you. Examples what's in it. So let me just tell you what's in this. So for those of you on the call, have a think about how often do you eat these products, and do you have them every single day? I know certainly I didn't. So the fruit one here, we've got cranberries, oranges, cherries, pineapples, peaches, papayas, dates. I don't actually think I've had a date or a prune in its natural format in my whole life. What else is in there? Beta carotene, which you get from carrots. In the berries product, which is brilliant, by the way, for those of you who are looking for better skin. A lot of us, we put products on our skin, like creams and all sorts of stuff to make it look better, body lotions. Actually, what you put in your body is so much more important than when you put on your body. I'm really sorry, I've got such a frog in my throat. So this has got Concord grape, pomegranate, blueberry, bilberry, blackberry, elderberry, raspberry, cranberry, blackcurrant, and so on, just in that product. Let's see if this helps. And then in this one, I've literally swallowed a fly, it's carrot, parsley, beetroot, broccoli, kale, cabbage, tomato, and spinach. So what I'm giving my body every single day is that's just an example of 30 of the fruit, veg, and berries that it needs to perform properly. There is no other product like Juice Plus on the market at all. There's nothing nutritionally that you can buy. You can go to Holland & Barrett, you can go to any supermarket or any of those shops that you like. There is nothing that has the nutritional value and efficacy that the Juice Plus product has. So for me, when I started to take the product, within 2 weeks, I just felt better. I started to have more energy. I started to sleep better at night, and I actually started to eat better as well. And my husband was the first person really that noticed the difference in me. I used to fall asleep at 8 o'clock at night with the kids. For those of you who've got children, if you read a story to them, the idea is that it puts them to sleep. Well, it used to put me to sleep because it was dark and I was tired and I'd been working. And all of a sudden, within a couple of weeks of taking the product, I just had more energy. I was awake till like 11 o'clock at night instead of 8 o'clock. So that was a big difference for me. And the other thing that really was a big tick in the box for me as a parent was that these products have 30 gold standard published peer-reviewed medical studies on them. And actually there's another 8 on the way. So these are studies from really highbrow, important, they're not 2-bit universities, they're from really good quality establishments such as Hale, Harvard, Yale, Cambridge, King's College, London, Birmingham, all over the world. Really, really high quality places that have done research to prove fact that Juice Plus does what we say that it does. So some of the examples, so you can have opinions about things, and some people have opinions about all sorts of things, but I deal in fact. The fact is that I take the product and I feel amazing, and the facts are that there is scientific proof that it does what I think that it does. So for example, I've just picked out a few of the things. One is that it's absorbed by your body. Now, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a personal trainer. I am just a busy mum who found a product that's really, really helped me. So what does absorbed by the body mean? So what it means is that when you take Juice Plus, when you put this capsule into your body recognizes it because it's food, right? This is whole food nutrition. It's not a vitamin tablet. It's not the same as a multivitamin at all. You put a multivitamin and Juice Plus capsule on a windowsill in your house, try it, you'll see what I mean. The Juice Plus capsule will go black because it'll react to the sun because it's real food. Whereas a vitamin pill, you could leave it there for a year, it'll look the same because it's manufactured and man-made. This product, your body recognizes it as food and uses it like food. So it's absorbed by your body and it's able to use what it needs, takes the nutrients that it needs, and 95% of the nutritional value of the product is absorbed by your body within the first 5 minutes of taking the product. That's a proven fact. The second one that I picked out was that it reduces oxidative stress, which as I was getting older and my kids are getting older, you know, I'm very conscious of looking after myself and making sure that I'm here for my children and, you know, long term. Oxidative stress is something that's all around us. I had never heard of it before until I looked into Juice Plus, and let me just, in case you don't know what it is, like I didn't. Basically, things like these, you know, mobile phones, car exhaust, actually even exercise, anything that puts stress on your body creates what's called oxidative stress. And Juice Plus is proven, scientifically proven, to reduce oxidative stress in your body over time, which is really important for this reason. Oxidative stress is one of the biggest causes of inflammation in your body, in your system. And inflammation is the precursor to almost every illness and disease that you get as you get older. So things like heart disease, things like cancers, things like fibromyalgia, all sorts of things are caused by inflammation, which is caused by levels of oxidative stress in your body. So for me, anything that reduces oxidative stress is a massive tick in the box as well. It creates a healthy immune system. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit in a second about the children's product, but everybody in my family, from the youngest at 3 to the oldest at almost 80, takes one or more of the Juice Plus products. And not one of us has been ill at all that I can recall in the last 3 years. Certainly my immediate family, my children, my husband and myself. We haven't had a doctor's visit. We haven't had a day off school. My husband and I didn't have a day off work when we were working. You know, we just don't get poorly anymore, which is, you might say, is a coincidence. For me, the only thing that's changed is we take Juice Plus, so we live a very healthy life now. And that's a big tick in the box as well. You know, big healthy immune system. At the moment, we're heading into winter. I'm already hearing the coughs and the sputters and the people on Facebook talking about how ill they feel, and there's a bug going around, and not around here, there's no bug going around at our house. And even if you do get the odd cough, like little sniffle, you know, when you can feel it coming on, take the capsules, go to bed, wake up in the morning, and you'll hear this from the other girls as well, it just doesn't take hold because your body's able to fight it. Protects your DNA, which is incredibly important. And the last one is that I've picked out of all of them is that it helps to create healthy skin. If you speak to anybody who takes Juice Plus, have a look at their skin and have a look at the whites of their eyes, right? If you give your body what it needs to perform properly, you'll start to look better. And having healthy skin is really, really important, especially as we get into an aging population. So as I said, that's just a few examples of things that I've picked out. If you're interested in finding out more about the research side of it, I don't understand the science massively. It just gives me a really sense of calm and reassurance that I know that it's there. But there's juiceplusfacts.com. You can go on there and have a look at all the research, and you can have a look. You can actually go and download all the actual research yourself if you want to go and read it. So for me, that's an amazing benefit to the product. The second thing I want to cover is these, which are the chewables. You can see there. So this is what we class as a children's product. It's actually for anybody. One of the things I love about Juice Plus is what I call it from womb to tomb. For a lot of us as adults, we start to look after ourselves, we start to be more aware of our health, our mortality, and all those sorts of things, and we start to eat better, drink more water, and yet we give our children utter rubbish to eat and drink and expect them to perform at school and be awake and behave themselves and all of that sort of stuff. So if you're talking about taking this product for yourself and looking after your own health, why would you not want to do that for your children also, even more so potentially? So the company has created this product, which is exactly the same 30 fruit, veg and berries as the other one, as the capsules, but it comes in a little, can you see that, like a little chewable sweet, I suppose you could call it. My son's literally just asked if he can have some red chewables before he goes to bed. So he's basically asking for fruit. He's had red chewables, a banana and an apple before he goes to bed tonight, age 6, which is pretty impressive, I think. So the chewables, what I love about them is they're part of what's called the Child Health Study. The company's mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. And one of the things that's really important for us as a nation, whether you ever decide to take Juice Plus or not, one of the things that's really important for us as a nation is that we start to talk about to our children about good health, about why it's important. As a nation, we're getting fatter, we're getting more obese, we're doing less exercise, we have more sedentary jobs. So despite all of the things that we know, our lifestyle isn't reflecting that, and we need to do something about that as a nation. And where does it start? It starts with the children, right? So for me, we as a family, we talk about health because we all take Juice Plus. And why do we take Juice Plus? Because the kids, you find your child who'll take something without you explaining to them why they need to have it, right? Kids don't swallow anything that they don't want. My children and other children who take Juice Plus understand the importance of fruit, veg and berries in their lives. For an adult who buys these for themselves, you get the chewables free for a child aged 4 to 21 for up to 4 years. I'll say that again. Okay, for an adult who buys the capsules for themselves, you can get the chewables free for a child. You can sponsor a child effectively to get really good nutrition for up to 4 years between the ages of 4 and 21. So there's part of what's called a child health study. So I can tell you from my own experience, my children drink more water, ask for fruit and veg, which they never really did before. Your body, do you know there's actually a scientific reason for that? Your body craves what you give it. Now, I don't understand the science, but I'll tell you the reality of it. If you think about when you have a night out or something like that, what do you crave on the way home? Like a pizza or a McDonald's, something rubbish, because you've given your body rubbish, right? So the body craves more rubbish. Conversely, the same is true. If you give your body good food and good nutrition, your body craves more fruit and vegetables, and the same is absolutely true in our children. They haven't had a single day off school in the last 3 years that I can recall. They've had no doctor's visits for anything other than like routine checkups, and therefore no antibiotics or anything like that. So for me as a mum, that's a massive tick in the box for, you know, really good about giving our children good nutrition. The final product that I quickly want to tell you about is this one. So this is the Juice Plus Complete Shake. So I don't know if you can see that there. There you go. Okay, there's a chocolate one. It also comes in vanilla. This is for me, has been an absolute blessing. I didn't, as I said, used to have breakfast. So this for me was an entry point into, this is where I came across Juice Plus first. I started taking Juice Plus Complete Shakes for breakfast. And they are very healthy, non-GMO, no nasties in them, very filling, very tasty, on-the-go nutrition. For me, I could make a shake and run out the door and I had full nutritional complement ready to face the day in less than 60 seconds. As a busy working mum, this product massively changed everything for me right back in the beginning, almost 4 years ago. There's 17 of the varieties of fruit, veg and berries in here. It's very filling, it's very nutritious, and it's very good for you. It can be used in so many different ways. It is a meal replacement if you want to use it like that. I used it to replace a meal I wasn't having. So I did replace a meal, but I wasn't having breakfast anyway. I lost some weight on it because I was actually more active and feeling better and actually kickstarting my body properly in the morning rather than just running on empty all the time. So you can use it for weight loss, you can use it for weight gain, you can use it for weight management. It's not a weight loss product, which is often what people think. It's actually used for a number of different reasons. We have personal trainers who use it, we have weightlifters who use it, we have athletes, Olympic athletes that use the product. Right down to just, you know, ordinary Joe Blogs in the street who uses it as a good, healthy, on-the-go, simple nutrition. You know, even if you're the sort of person who reaches for a snack in the afternoon, it's far better to have something like that. It's a healthy shake, it's 220 calories, something like that that just fills you up, gives you that tick in the box for the afternoon snack. Much, much better than grabbing something from the vending machine. So that product for me is a no-brainer. We take the Juice Plus capsules, we have a shake for breakfast, and our children have the chewables without exception every single day. I have done for the last 3.5 years now. Anyway, so that's it really in terms of the product from a very top line point of view. But what I want to do is bring on some of other people to talk about their experiences rather than you just kind of listening to me. So can I bring on Lynn first? Are you there?
I'm here, Emma. Can you hear me?
Hi, honey.
Hi.
Hi. So Lynn, if you could just tell us a little bit about how Juice Plus came into your life and why you're excited about the future and what's moving for you.
Okay, so really over the past year, I've been concentrating a lot more on my own health and nutrition and starting to really look after myself a lot more. I've also got a little 18-month-old baby. Well, he's not really a baby anymore. And I'm just so conscious of feeding him well and looking after him, which I'm experiencing isn't always the easiest thing to have fruits and vegetables and things like that. And then a few months ago, my mum was diagnosed. She's absolutely fine now, but she was diagnosed with cervical cancer, and I made a decision that I was going to find the best nutrition in the planet. Now, I know that that's a huge, massive statement, and I did lots of research, online, offline, companies, you name it, and time again, Juice Plus kept coming up. And like Emma mentioned, you can argue with opinion, but you can't argue with fact. And I made this decision based on science and fact. There was so many clinical studies and scientific articles, and mostly the testimonials by real people who had tried these products or are on the products, and differences in them from energy levels to their immune system to kiddies nutrition, you name it. So I wanted to get my hands on these products, and I did. And when I started using them, I actually, when Emma said about 95% of the nutrition goes into your bloodstream kind of instantly, I actually felt a difference within the first kind of day of taking it. But I just kind of put that down to the fact that, don't be so silly, Lynn, that's you kind of like just thinking you're going to feel better. But it makes absolute sense now that Emma said that. And now that I've been on it for a while, I've got a massive difference in energy levels. I see a huge difference in skin. And my little boy, taking the benadryls, which are foreskin and hair and nails, within 5 days, his eczema was gone. And I'm actually slightly annoyed. I was just saying to Emma the other day that I didn't take a before and after picture because I guess I just didn't think it was going to happen so quickly. So from my point of view, I decided to do it as a business for a whole number of reasons. The products are amazing, what they were doing for people. The fact that the company's mission is about what Emma said, inspired and healthy living. The children's health study, the fact you can detox with the company, you can lose weight, you can go in fitness, whatever it is that you want to do with regards to your health. And for me, I never want to miss a moment with my little boy. So what it does is it allows me to work this business around my life right now, for me to never miss a moment with him. So I'm excited about helping people get healthy. I was just talking to a few people today about it who are excited to get on the product. I'm excited to help kids and nutrition and families, and I'm also really excited to help mums that want to get involved with this business and additional income so that they can have more options and choices. That's
fantastic. Thanks, Lynn. That's really good. And also, one of the things Lynn mentioned there was about the product and its how fantastic it is for pregnant and breastfeeding women, and actually people even trying to get pregnant. We've got some fantastic story. I'm not saying it'll help you get pregnant on its own. You have to do more than just take Juice Plus, but giving your body healthy nutrition obviously puts you in the best scenario, you know, in terms of being able to function properly. For me, certainly the only regret, if I had any regrets, is that I didn't know about Juice Plus when I had my own children, because I think it's such a fantastic way to start any child, well, you know, from womb, exactly as I said, to tomb, from no teeth to no teeth. Everybody needs great nutrition. So thanks for sharing that, Lynn. We launched your business last week, and you're absolutely flying. So I'm really excited to work with you. So thank you. If we could move on to Nicola. Nicola, are you there?
Hello.
Hi, Nicola. Thanks very much for joining us. So if you could just do the same, answer the same question for me. Can you tell us how Juice Plus came into your life? Tell us your story and why you're excited about the future.
Yeah, sure. Basically, I've been a teacher for the past 16 years. It's quite a stressful job, work a lot of long hours. And I just feel like sometimes I don't see my own children, and I spend a lot more time on other people's. And I was getting to a point where I felt very negative and quite stressed. And I thought I've got to make a change. So I did. I made a change. I thought about starting up a business of my own. And I've looked at doing Zumba workshops in schools. So I qualified as a Zumba instructor. I've got my Zumba kids as well. I've taken a child health fitness course. So it's all putting things in place so that I can improve my life and spend more time with my children. But to do that, I needed something to help me to bridge the gap. I couldn't just leave my job and suddenly start doing the instructing in case it didn't work. And I was struggling to know what to do. Did I take a part-time job? Did I do supply teaching? You know, what to do first. And that's when I met Lynn, who's here by my side now. Hello. Lynn came and she was telling me about what she did, and obviously it was Juice Plus. I'd never heard of it before, but it all sounded quite good, and so that was what made me want to join. and all the support that you get from people like yourself, Emma and Lynn. Lots of advice and great ways to get going. Made me feel really motivated. And I thought, this is something for me. I'm a very cautious person normally, and I've asked Lynn about 1 million questions. She's probably sick of me, but I had to know it was right. And anyone that knows me, thank you to everyone that's on the call. Everyone that knows me, hiya!
Thanks for sharing your story.
I like to know everything. I like to know what's going on and how it's going to work. But because I get such a good vibe from this, and I think it's an amazing company, I think I'd be mad not to go for it. So this is what I'm doing. I've just started Plus, but Ted's been on it for about a week and a half, my little boy. His skin was quite rough on his back, and I can already feel it's smoother. So I'm hoping it's going to make a big difference to our lives. So that's about it, really.
Awesome. Thanks very much, Nicole. Thanks very much for sharing your story. And yeah, I understand. You know what? A lot of people are cautious about things. I think that's a good quality to have. But I'll tell you something from my heart. You'll come to no harm with this company. There's no risk attached to what we do whatsoever. And it's such an amazing, you'll hear from the other girls, such an amazing environment to be in, that everybody will hold your hand and walk the journey with you. So for me, someone said that to me right at the beginning, and it gave me a sense, you certainly will never come to any harm with this company or with the product. So congratulations on launching your business. You've got a great outline there and friend in Lynn, and I'm really excited to see you get started and to help to achieve all the things that you want to achieve, not just with the product but with the business as well. So congratulations on launching your business tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you to all your friends who've joined on as well.
Thank you everyone for coming.
You're very welcome. So if you could mute yourself, Nicola, that would help me a lot. And Margaret, I'm going to come on to you, our lovely second Scottish lady of the night. Could you just tell us, just in 2 minutes, Margaret, tell us your story. How did you get involved in the product, and why are you excited about the future?
Yeah, hi, I'm Margaret. About 2 years ago, I'd had 2 children. I had 2 wee boys. Had, as usual, when you're a mum, you kind of go to the background of things. I had stopped. I used to do lots of exercise before I had them. I used to do dancing and aerial things and all that kind of stuff, but I'd stopped all of that. I started eating rubbish, really not well. I would skip breakfast, skip lunch, just like Emma was saying. And at night time, I'd just eat loads of rubbish. So in that kind of space of time having my kids, I put on loads and loads of weight, felt rubbish, just felt miserable. At the time, my friend Zoe was online. Zoe, I think she's on the call as well. She was raving online about this thing called Juice Plus. Didn't believe anything about it. I thought it was rubbish. But I spoke to her about it, and she explained a wee bit about what it was, and it made a wee bit of sense to me, but I still was kind of thinking, don't know. But I got to the stage where I just had enough, and by the Christmas, I thought, I'll give it a try, I've nothing to lose. Started on the shakes, absolutely loved them. I felt really, really good, lost about half a stone in a few weeks, and I just felt better, just felt really, really good, loads of energy and stuff. So in the January, I went on to the capsules as well. Haven't looked back since. My wee boys are on the chews. One wee boy doesn't really like sweets and things like that, so he has a wee bit of the chocolate shake as a wee hot chocolate at night. My mum's on them, my partner's on them. I love it. I love everything about it. I've been going back to the gym for a year and a half. I've been going back, and I've maintained weight loss and everything else. I don't get cold sores, colds. I used to suffer quite badly from things like that. I don't really get anything like that now. As Emma says, a cold might start, a wee sniffle, goes away within not 24 hours. Yeah, it's so fast. When I started the products in January, I was really enjoying the kind of atmosphere and the customer groups and things. I really liked it, and I used to join in quite a lot with it. And I'd thought myself, maybe I would quite like to do this. Zoe said to me eventually, you're doing this job, you're basically doing the job anyway, do you fancy signing up? And because I'd already thought about it, I thought, why not? And I went for it. I absolutely love it. Originally I thought I would probably just do it so I'd get my own products a wee bit cheaper, but actually within a couple of days and looking into it, I got really excited. Poor Zoe had to put up with 2 AM calls and things. I was like, oh, we could do this, we could do that. And I love the fact it's my own business. I love the fact that I get to use my imagination, problem solving. That's my thing, and I just love everything about it. I've met so many amazing people, friends that because everyone's got the same mindset, you just click and you go on really, really well. I had a really kind of rubbish time a few weeks ago, just before the big Bournemouth conference. And I went down, bad news about family and friends and things, and other things has happened. Went to Bournemouth and I met my friends there. Some people I've never met before, apart from Zoe. I'd never met any people before. And you know, it just being at the conference, being around all that kind of motivation and people that are the same kind of people as you, it just makes you feel better. It just gives you, the people on stage and things doing the talks and things, it just motivates you, and that's what I love about the company. My wee boy started school this year in August, and I was able to take 5 weeks off unpaid leave. I work in a nursery, so I only get term time holidays, so I shouldn't have been off at all. But because I've got Juice Plus, I don't earn thousands of pounds yet, but I earn enough that let me take 5 weeks off work in August, so that I could be there when he started school, and the first few weeks when he went part-time, when he was there for lunchtime, and then after that when he went full-time, it meant I could pick him up from school, and in case he needed me, with it being his first few weeks, and I couldn't have done that if it had been a few years ago. So things like that are just, it's perfect. I love it. And hopefully I'm looking at building my brand and stuff just now. I'm kind of looking at, I've got a kind of idea and I'm building it, so hopefully launching my own business properly in a few weeks. But I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm looking forward to being able to maybe take more time off work and be with my children more, which I work with children, and like Nicola was saying, sometimes you feel like you're all into other people's children, which I love doing, but obviously my own children are more important. So hopefully in the future that's what Juice Plus will give me. And can't wait.
Thanks, Honey. I really appreciate you sharing your story. Thank you very much. Very inspiring for lots of other people as well, I'm sure. And I love working with you as well. So excited to get you moving on to the next level. That's brilliant. If you could mute yourself for me, that's what you've done it too. Don't even have to. So teachable. Already done it. And finally, I just want to bring in Emily. Emily, if you could just share your story, just 2 minutes, if you don't mind. Just top line, what's your product story? How did you get involved in the product, and what's the business done for you as well?
Yeah, of course, yeah. So basically I started back in January now. So I came across the capsules and the shakes. Can you hear me, Amir?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. So yeah, I came across the capsules and the shakes. So I was at the time suffering from alopecia. So I started taking my capsules in the morning. I used to have really, really bad skin, and my energy levels were just pretty much non-existent. So I used to work in a gym, so I've been a personal trainer, done all that sort of stuff. But you'll normally find people like that can give advice to other people but not really take it themselves. So they'll find that they can tell people what to eat, and they can tell people what they should be drinking and what time to be eating, but they don't actually follow it a lot of the time themselves. So I was absolutely knackered. I used to come home and I'd fall asleep on the sofa, wake back up to go back to bed, be snoozing my alarm in the morning. And since I've started taking them, my life's just done a complete U-turn. So my hair's thicker, my skin's clearer, and I tend to, like, literally I look at my phone now and it's like midnight and I'm like, oh, I never even used to see this time of day before. So I get so many extra hours in a day just from being wide awake. So being able to share that with other people now is just incredible. And it's like you said, you know, doing it for the people around you. Like, my other half used to get tonsillitis all the time, to the point where he had to have them out. And every couple of weeks he'd get it. And even when he had them out, he'd still get the symptoms. And he's been taking the capsules as I have now. And I said to him the other day, I don't really normally mention it to him, I said the other day, when was the last time you were ill? And he was like, I can't remember the last time we were poorly. We've not even had a sniffle between us in like 10 months now, which is just absolutely incredible. And like I said, when I realised that a business opportunity came with it, being able to share that, I'd literally just want everybody in the world to feel like I feel. And if we can share that, you know, and like John was saying the other night, like a million children on the Children's Health Study worldwide now, I just think that is absolutely incredible. And being able to share it with everybody else is just a dream. So absolutely love it. And the support you get is incredible, guys. Even though it's your own business, you'll never, ever be by yourself. I've met some of my best friends in this business, so I couldn't ask for anything else.
Awesome. Are you in bed?
Pardon?
You're in bed?
Sit on the bed.
I'm well jealous.
From anywhere.
We always say you can do this business from your bed. I used to do a little bit of work from bed at some point in the day, every single day. Thanks very much for sharing that, Emily. I really appreciate your time. And similarly, like the other girls, I absolutely love working with you as well. And Emily and I shared an apartment in Marbella in June, and we had an absolute blast for 4 or 5 days with 400 other people. So it was, we get to travel if that's what you want to do as well. So thanks so much for sharing your stories, girls. The stories in our business are the most important part. I think everybody's experience is different. everybody's experience on the product is different, and everybody's business experience is different, because we're all different, and that's the beauty of it. And the product's the same for everyone, the business model is the same for everyone, but everybody's experience and everybody's output is a little bit different, because it's you that is the catalyst in all of this. So what I want to do really quickly now is just cover the business opportunity for you. I have in a very Blue Peter style written out some slides earlier that should help us to just rattle through it a little bit faster, hopefully. What I'm going to do is I'm going to whiz this laptop round, and hopefully it won't fall. You shall see in 1 second. I was set it right at the beginning. For some reason, my living room is incredibly dark, and I don't know why. Here we go. Okay, so you won't have my ugly mug on the screen for a few minutes. It will be this. So what I want to talk to you about is why our business also makes sense. You've heard from everybody and from myself about why the product makes sense. What I want to talk to you about is why the business model makes sense as well. And the biggest reason I can give you for that is because you're working hard anyway, most of you, whether you're a stay-at-home parent, whether you've got a job, whether you're working long hours or short hours or whatever it is you've got going on, you will be working hard anyway. So my opinion was, why would you not work hard doing something that would potentially give you the opportunity to earn an additional income for yourself? Okay, so what I love about what we do is that it's limitless. So if you think about where you currently work, it's probably something like this scenario, which means that it's limited. You know, so if you think about when you start a new position, or start a job, any job, it might be a career, it might be just a job where you turn up and get paid. But very often, as you get promoted through this business, so your opportunity to progress within that organisation becomes more limited over time. And the only reason for that is because obviously the number of positions as you go higher and higher through a company are limited, because there's fewer and fewer of them. So the opportunity that narrows, and this is the traditional workplace environment, so very limited in terms of progression. So think about like Tesco, Asda, or where you currently work. You start here, where you work on the tills, but are you ever going to become CEO, for example, of that company? Probably not, okay, because it's limited. There's nothing wrong with that in terms of we've all done it, but in reality, what's better is working in an environment which is limitless, which is what this company and this business model is. It's limitless. There is no limit to what you can achieve in this company. So the Juice Plus franchise is limitless. You start here as a dealer, and there is no limit to what you can achieve with this company. As I said earlier, the product is the same for everybody. The business model is the same for everybody. The only variable in the business is yourself. It's the effort that you put in, the number of people that you share the product and the business opportunity with, and the length of time that you're prepared to do that for. So there is no limit in terms of the number of people who can progress in the company. There's no limit to the number of people that you can bring into the team. There's no limit to the number of customers that you can have. There's no limit to the amount of money that you can earn, in actual fact, either. You can do this as a part-time, an hour or two a day, and earn £500 to £1,000 a month part-time, or you can potentially, as I did, completely change your life. And I ended up leaving my corporate job that I was talking about earlier on within less than a year of joining this company. So I was totally in this limited environment before, where I got to about here and really was struggling to progress any further than that. In this environment, I started here and progressed to here in less than a year, by really just getting stuck in, by loving the product, loving the business, and just sharing it with lots and lots of people. I was able to leave my full-time job in less than a year. A career that I'd spent 15 years building in a limited environment, in a limitless environment. I was able to, what happened was I was literally did both like this, right? This is my normal job and this is my Juice Plus franchise. I carried on doing this, but in the nooks and crannies of the day, I built my part-time fortune, And the magic of part-time, you can build this up in the nooks and crannies of the day, and eventually my part-time Juice Plus franchise became much bigger than my full-time business, my full-time job was. So it made sense for me then to be able to retire from that traditional workplace environment. So all you need to remember is this is quite limited, or is totally limited in my experience, versus what we do and what we offer, which is limitless. There are 4 elements to the business. I can't see some of them, but I'll move it around. Okay, so first element is retail. So what do I mean by retail? Retail is, sometimes people think what we do is sales. It's really not sales in the traditional way. We don't knock on doors, we don't put leaflets through doors, we don't
force people to buy something that they don't really want or need. In my head, that's what a salesperson does, talks people into something. That is not what we do. You've heard from the girls, you've heard from myself. What we do is we share this opportunity and share this product with people. Take the product, love the product, tell other people about it. That's it. That's the only retail element of what we do, is putting an order through for somebody. This business costs £50 to join. It's £50 to own your own franchise. That's it. For that, you get given an online office, you get given a website. Everything is done for you, and that would, in your head, think like that you would take up time, is done for you by the company. This business is designed for busy people. It's designed for you to succeed. So the mail order element was what, for me, as a busy mum of kids who was working, this is what enabled me to do this business around my family, because the mail order element, everything's done for you by the company. You put the order through, which takes less than 60 seconds. They take the money from the customer, they process the order, they deliver the product direct to the customer's door for you. You're not driving around at night, dropping off products to your friends and family. All you have to do is make sure they get what they ordered and make sure they know how to use it. If you look after your customers properly, make sure that they're happy, the product works, right? We've talked about how amazing the product is, so we know that the product works. You just got to make sure that they're happy with it. A text message once a week, or we've got support groups on Facebook that you can use. Very, very simple. Those customers will either be customers for life, or they'll become team members as well, same as some of the girls said that they did, same way that I did. Which means that conversations that you have now and over the next few weeks, you'll get paid for in the months and years to come. Again and again and again. Every time that customer gets the product delivered, you get paid again. It's like you're writing a book, and every time they buy the book, someone buys the book, you get paid again. Really long-term residual income. Networking is the third element. Really, you're doing that anyway, guys. Think about you, excuse me, recommend a product to somebody. Have you been to see, like I went to the cinema yesterday, went to see Trolls, tagged yourself in the cinema, and it comes up with watching, so it tells you to, that's me recommending Trolls and the cinema I was at to everybody who's on my Facebook, right? You talk about, you know, when I talk about that the business makes sense, think about how you shop at the moment, how you make purchasing decisions about what you do. If you wanted to go and get your nails done, for example, would you wander into a nail salon on the street that you don't know anything about, or would you find a friend who's got really cool nails and ask her where she got them done? Would you ask your friend where she gets her haircut? We all use the power of recommendation to make decisions about where we purchase and what we purchase and products and services that we use every single day. That's what networking is. It's creating an environment where you can share a product with people over and over again that you love anyway, but in this environment you get paid for it. The example that I use quite often is my nails. I'll show you there, right? So you can't see them, but a lot of people admire my nails. Somebody did it today. It was a girl in the Co-op, right? I was putting my shopping through, and she was like, "Oh my God, your nails are incredible. Where did you get them done?" I told her where, I told her who, and I gave her the phone number of the girl who does them. So she's now got a customer from me, from my recommendation. Now Katie, who does my nails, never pays me for that. But every week I'd say I send somebody to her to get their nails done. So that's what it's, word of mouth recommendation, very simple, and you're doing it anyway. Here in this environment, you get paid for it. The final element is what we call teaching. That's teaching somebody else how to do something that you know how to do. Also very simple. You do it anyway. You will teach someone how to ride a bike. You'll teach someone how to use a Sky remote. You'll teach someone how to use an iPhone. This business is very much, as I said to Nicola earlier, it's very much about holding hands with people. The person who brings you into the business, your friend, your sponsor, they will teach you what to do until you're comfortable that you can teach someone else. You know, you don't have to, for the time being, it's but you can see, all you need to do is get somebody on a call like this and we'll teach them for you. Very, 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 very simple. And you get paid in 3 ways with this company, business. I don't know if you can see that, so I'm just going to lift it up a little bit. I can't really see on the screen. Okay, there. So you get paid in 3 ways. You get paid on customers. So when you get paid, when you bring in a customer, you get paid a commission on that. Same way that I should get paid for the girl who went to get her nails done. You get paid for building a team. You recommend a business opportunity to other people and you start to build a team. You don't get paid for team members, you get paid for the customers of your team members. One of the things that separates us from a lot of other similar type of companies, similar network marketing companies, is that we're very customer driven. It's very much about building a customer base. Our mission as a company is to inspire healthy living around the world. It's very much about building a customer base. The product is outstanding. The product does exactly what it says it does, and everybody needs it. Everybody can benefit from it. So you go out there and build a team of other people recommending this product to people. It's much, much easier for you to inspire healthy living to 1,000 people if you have a team of 100 recommending it to 10 of their friends than it is for you to go and find 1,000 people yourself. So hopefully that makes sense. And the third way that we get paid is the bonus structure. So we have fantastic bonuses in the business that I'm going to cover in a minute. The bonuses are amazing, and for us as a family helped us to be completely debt-free, but they are one-off bonuses. So they're like a well done. So you need to build a team and build a customer base to get those bonuses, but you also want to be building a residual income that means you get paid in next year, in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time. There are people, this company is 40 years old. The product is nearly 30 years old. We have people in this company, in this business, who are still active in the business in a smaller way, but are getting paid now for customers and team members that they brought in 25 years ago. Customers that they've been paid on every single month for the last 25 years who've been taking Juice Plus. Right? That is real residual income. They get paid for conversations that they had years and years and years ago. Right? So that's what you really want to be focusing on. And this is how that you do that in terms of building the team. Okay, so it's very, very simple in terms of the structure. You think about yourself. So let's say we've got Lynn who just signed up a couple of weeks ago, right? Lynn brought in Nicola and Nicola's friend. So Lynn's brought in 2 people. Now if Nicola and her friend do exactly the same, that's another 4 people in the organisation that Lynn started. And then those 4 people do exactly the same, and bringing 2 people each is 8 people. And those 8 people do the same, bringing 2 people each is 16 people, and those 16 people do the same. Bringing 2 people each is 32 people. That will give Lynn 63 people in the organisation which she started with Nicola and her friend. Okay, she doesn't know those 63 people to start with. All she does is introduce a friend who introduces a friend who introduces a friend, okay? And that's how it grows. But if you actually think, you probably know more than just 2 people. You probably know 5 people who want to look good, feel good, make money. That's really what we do. We help people to look good, we help people to feel good, and we help people to create a residual income. We help people to take some stress out of their lives. You can introduce 5 people who want those results and teach them how to do exactly the same, and bring in 5 people each gives you 25 people. Those 25 do exactly the same, gives you 125. Those 125 do exactly the same, 625. And those 625 do exactly the same, and bring in 5 people each is 3,125. So in the organisation that you started up here with just 5 people, you've now got almost 4,000 people in that organisation that you started at the beginning up here. So you can see the difference here in the number, okay? Huge difference in the number at the bottom there, but actually the real difference is up here. All you did was share the opportunity with another 3 people who were interested in getting involved. And look at the difference that makes over time. Now, this is indicative. There is nobody in the history of the company or any company who's ever brought in 5, who brought in exactly 5, who brought in exactly 5. So, you know, some people don't stay, some people don't do anything, some people leave. You have to just go out there and share it. But this is indicative of how it works and how it builds. You can take, for example, I don't know if you can see this, but if you've got 10 team members, so let's say here, right? Here's your 3. If you get to this point, right, it might take you a few years, but you build it to this. You've then got 10 customers each of those. That's your team members, never mind your customers. If they just have 10 customers each, you've got almost 40,000 people taking Juice Plus every single day from just your organisation that you started up here. Almost 40,000 people, if just those people have 10 customers each. And you get paid a commission on all of that. That's how you make money in this company. That's how you make a residual income. You're helping other people to get healthy, helping other people to improve their financial situation. It's very simple. I want to give you a quick analogy before I finish on the bonuses. The way that I help myself to understand this is using this analogy, and this might help you as well. If you think about an empty football stadium, so I'm going to use Man United as an example. So I think Man United holds, let's say, 60,000 people. Imagine when that's completely empty. If I said to you, right, Emily, you joined the business, I'm excited for you, I want you to go into that stadium and I want you to fill it with people. Can you do that? Emily's probably going to go, no, that sounds really difficult. I don't think I could do that. So I'll say, okay, I'll tell you what I want you to do then. What I want you to do is I want you to sit in the middle of the seats, and I want you to fill the seat in front of you, the seat behind you, and the seat either side of you. Can you do that? Yeah, you could probably do that. You can get 4 friends to come and sit in a stadium with you. Okay, cool, do that. And when you've done that, I want you to get those 4 people to do exactly the same. The seat in front of them, the seat behind them, and the seat either side of them. Can they do that? Yes, of course they can, because you did it. Okay, so they've done the same, and now you've got a few more people in the stadium. Now all of those people do exactly the same. The seat in front of them, seat behind them, seat either side of them. Can they do that? Yes. So you see where I'm going? Over time, what happens to that football stadium if everybody just does what you did at the beginning, which is a seat in front, seat behind, seat either side of them? Over time, that entire football stadium will be full. But all you did was start it moving. You put the seat in front and the seat behind, okay? So that's what that indicates. It's very, very simple, and it's very, very doable. Okay, I just want to finish finally on the bonus plan, because I think it's very important to understand the third element of how we get paid. So I've talked to you about the residual income. I've talked to you about the importance of building a long-term business. And this, for me, can you see my face? I'm going to show you here, right? The difference for me, when you start the business, your cake looks a bit like this. You see that, right? This is your cake. This is your commissions, and the bonuses are here. Okay, so this is your Juice Plus cake, if you like. That's the first part of the business. The bonuses can be a bigger chunk of what you earn, but you've got to remember, long term, this is what you want your cake to look like. Okay, this is your commissions cake. This is your long term. This is your bread and butter money. This is your commissions, and actually the bonuses will end up being a smaller part of what you earn over time. But in the short term, and for you and for me, they could be massively life-changing. And this is an indication of all of the bonuses that you can get within this business. You start here as STD, and the bonus is £300, right through to Presidential Marketing Director, which is where I am, and the bonus there is £28,800. So you get a bonus altogether of up to £80,000. And you know what, guys? If that takes you 4 years, on average, that's still £20,000 a year in bonuses, part-time, on top of what you've got earned coming in anyway. If you earn £500 a month in this part of your business at the beginning, that's £6,000 a year. Additional income on top of what you're earning at the moment. So just have a think about what difference this could make to you, and whether you're prepared to do what it takes, which is really simple, and I've already talked to you about how it works, to do everything to make your cake eventually over time look like this. For me, what I really think this business is 40 years squashed into 4. It's a 40-year career squashed into 4 years of your life. You know, if you can give it everything, you can work on this business for 4 to 6 years and live like a king or a queen for the next 40 to 60. If you're working hard anyway, why would you not work hard doing this and potentially give yourself the opportunity to live a better life in the long run? And one of the other things, I'm going to finish on this, that I really, really love about this business is the people that you meet through it. And Emily said it earlier, you know, she's met some of her best friends through this business, and I can absolutely hand on heart say the same. I've never been around such inspiring, motivating, positive people ever in my life as I have in the last 4 years in this business. You'll never find anybody who says you can't do that and you'll never achieve that. And actually, it's the complete opposite. People will encourage you to be the best version of you, to achieve anything, to do anything, have anything, be anything. But I've made some amazing friends as well, and I'm really privileged. I've got my friend Lauren here over from Australia. So I went to Australia about 2 or 3 weeks ago to share this business opportunity with the people over there, and spoke at a couple of events. And I met Lauren there, and she randomly just come over to the UK for our conference in Bournemouth, and she was on Facebook and I was on Facebook, and I was like, why don't you come to Manchester and stay with me? So she's here, and she was meant to go yesterday, and she's staying a bit longer. So I thought we'd just actually give it a little bit of an international flavour and help you see the bigger picture, that it isn't just, you know, in the UK. This business is international. We've just done a call to Dubai tonight as well, launching the businesses over there. So the opportunity is absolutely huge. So I'm going to ask Lauren just to tell her story really quickly, the business story, and how she got involved, and why she's excited about the future. Thank you. Just sit back and chat. So I keep all my guests.
Hey guys, my name is Lauren. So just to give you a little bit of background on me, I met Emma last year in Birmingham actually, but we didn't really spend any time together, and she came to Australia. And yes, I used to live in England, so I was just holidaying around, and she invited me. I just love, you know, the opportunities in this business. But I came in a little over 2 years ago. I'm 28 years old. I don't have, you know, kids or anything, I guess, tying me to the country in Australia. So I love that I can, I guess, just travel around. But I was a personal trainer. I moved back from England actually to Australia in 2013, and I fell into PT. I wanted to help people. What I didn't know is that is a really hard gig to really, time for money. I was getting up at 10 to 4 every single morning except 2 mornings a week. I was working 2 other jobs to get by, things like that. And I was kind of shown Juice Plus by Adam Westwick, who I worked for in the gym. And he honestly just said, when are you traveling? And I was like, I have 3 jobs. I work 7 days a week, 70 plus hours a week. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. And then I came along to an event. I couldn't deny the stories. It was kind of the inspiration from the UK that really sparked Australia to build and the growth that's happened. And I kind of couldn't deny the stories, and I couldn't deny it was real. I think I've been talking all day. And I couldn't deny it was real. And for me, I came into it for an extra $500 a month, and I think that's really important. Whether you want to earn £500 a month, whether you want to earn, £1,000, 2,000, or you want to do this. Thank you. And make it, I know, it must be. Sorry. And make it big time. For me, it was $500 a month would have allowed me, $6,000 a year to go on a nice holiday. And I actually earned that money, $6,000 in my first 9 weeks. And I thought, wow, there might be something to this. And I was helping far more people with their health through this than I was PT. Because there was only a certain amount of clients I could ever see per week, for the amount of time I was willing to work. So fast forward, now I do this full time. This is actually my 1-year anniversary of doing it full time. October of last year, I kind of said, you know what, I'm done doing 3 jobs. I'm giving them all back, and I'm taking this on and giving it a strong yes. I've been able to go on 5, 6, 7 international holidays since then. I get to work for myself, choosing the hours that I want and working with people that I want to. I never truly got to choose who I worked with, and it was frustrating. Working with, I guess the mood hoovers of the world. And I love this business. It's just full of inspirational people. But for me, it's just time, freedom, and choices. I used to be cash rich, definitely. I made good money working long hours. I had no life. I had no life to live it, and I thought, wow, if nothing's going to change, then nothing's going to change. And yes, nice cars are awesome, and I want to buy a house and, stop renting and things like that, and it's all possible now. But for me, it's choices to do stuff for people without ever having to check my bank account. I was one, hands up if you have to go and check your bank account before you do something. That was me. I'd be like, oh my God, I want to do this. I'm going to have to move money around, or I'm going to have to max a credit card out. I actually don't have a credit card now. Everything I do is purely because I have the freedom of choice to do that. And it's pretty exciting. I think 7 months ago, I decided I really wanted to give back to my parents. It's done a lot for me over the years. And next month, I actually go to America for, I think, 14 days, and that was paid for by me. And for me, it's just cool stuff like that. Definitely I want to take care of myself and, my future, but it's doing things like that. And now I get to, I'm hanging out with Emma and Mike and the kids. Next week or the week after, I'll be back in Australia. Then I just booked my flights to Vegas, going to GoPro, going for a week. And then I'm actually going to spend Christmas in Switzerland. I'm going there for a week, and then I'll be back. And that is just a choice I made to say yes to this, and what it's done for me. And I definitely came into it skeptical and $500 a month. And, it definitely escalated from there, because I truly saw the vision and the future I could create with this. So that's a little bit about my story, a different spin on it. I know lots of mamas out there and things, but if you're a Gen Y like me and you want to travel a lot, or if you are a mum, you take your kids with you. I think that's pretty cool. So that's a little bit about my story, and hopefully I guess shed another light on, I guess, what this could be for you when you truly know what you wanted and you can go after that.
Thank you. Awesome. Well, I want to sign up all over again now. Just always the way. So thanks very much. I'm very well and conscious of your time, but I really wanted you guys to, it's very privileged to hear Lauren's story while she's here. So this business is it's available for anyone, but not everybody does it, and that's absolutely fine. So if it's for you, fantastic. If it's not for you, fantastic. It doesn't really, you know, it's up to you. You know about it now. What you do about that is entirely your decision. The call has been recorded, so assuming that we don't have any technical glitches, I'll be able to send it out to you if you want to watch it back again. We do these calls twice a week, Wednesday night and Sunday night, so please do get your friends and family onto the next one if you want to share the opportunity with them as well. But from me to you, I'm very, very grateful that you took the time out. The girls that spoke and shared their stories, all 5 of you, incredibly grateful to you guys as well. And I wish you all the very, very best of luck with your businesses. I'll work really closely with all of you, and have a great evening, and I'll see you all in the week. Bye for now.